Welcome to what many call the greatest setting in college football. Husky Stadium in Seattle settled nicely between the Cascades and the Olympic Mountains, and it doesn't get much better or much louder than this. This game could have a huge impact on the trajectory of both teams' seasons, as each are trying to break into the top 25. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Buckeyes will put total leather and will get started. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Huskies offense takes the field. And there's a man who believes he is always open. He carries that swag and that aura of a big-time playmaker, guys.
He's got to catch the football. If you're the quarterback coming into this one, you are looking for this guy early, and David, you're looking for him often.
And this offense better find ways to feature him. Find him, like you said, Jesse, early, often, deep, shallow. Get this man the football.
Makes his connection. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
They're going to test that run defense to the right here. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Fires to the tight end. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive game.
He's going to take off.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
To the air, it's Stewart. Dances away from the heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. And the Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. It's a draw. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
That's a really good stop by the defense, Jesse. They need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Here's the handoff. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down.
You know, this is a running back who wants the ball, and he wants the offense to run through him. Really nice job there on the third down of this opening drive for his offense. I can't wait to see what kind of game this guy's going to have.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. The Huskies are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. Here we go. Just when they're looking run, now up top. It'll fall incomplete. A little creativity on first down, but it doesn't work. It'll be second down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the air, it's Stewart. Makes the grab on the left. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. And after yet another 3rd down conversion, they've got it 1st and goal. Handoff to the fullback. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Washington.
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a 3rd down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will go to work for the first time today. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and
he's going to take a shot right away. And that will fall incomplete as we have played 1 quarter, a quarter in which they tried to wrap it up with a huge play. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Just a short pass to the tight end. Still running at the 40. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. The passing game continues to be prolific, and as much as Ohio State has been built on toughness, they've been built recently on the efficient passing game. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Couldn't connect on that last play. Now 2nd and 10 from the 42. Back to the air one more time. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And the Buckeyes look to keep this drive humming.
man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver. Yeah, and there you go again. Ohio State bringing the ground game. They typically do that, Reese. That's pretty normal for them.
They've built their entire program around it. Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. You go back to Hopalong Cassidy. I mean, the Buckeyes love to run the ball no matter how many times they spend the magic beat. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. Laundry down on the field as the pass is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. Between the uprights, it's good. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. That purple wave getting things going on the ground now.
And such a great fan base in the Pacific Northwest. Washington fans believe in their team. They're loud, and I tell you what, when they got a ground game they can depend on, a physical ground game, it sets the table for everything they want to do offensively.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
They've got the screen set up.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Finds a soft spot in the middle. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
It's all about critical downs and distances on defense. You want to be great unit defensively. You've got to be good on third down and in the red zone. For this defense giving up a third down like that, that is just a gut punch.
Slides away. But now he's swallowed up, and he'll be knocked down for a loss on the trick play.
What an individual effort that time, beating his guy and getting in the backfield and making a play. Ohio State has had so many dominant D linemen in recent years, right? The Bosa brothers, Chase Young. You know those guys are watching this game. They're proud of what they just saw. This dude is a game wrecker.
A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Grabbed over the middle. It's coming. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Part of the DNA of the Washington offense has been a guy who can get it done with his arm.
And just finding a guy that makes everybody around you better, that can make the right decisions, that can highlight your skill positions. That's what get the Washington fans going crazy, going nuts, and that's when they have those great football teams.
Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Rides to the back. Gives him the big stiff arm. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. Not sexy, not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
And oftentimes running backs love drop plays because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback's selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second. So the D-line's rushed away upfield, and now it's so much easier for these backs to find their holes and pick their lanes.
They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Husky.
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
And the extra point makes it 14-3. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Leaves it with the running back. Nice move to keep running. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And guys, with the empty backfield on second and short, might they take a shot here? He's looking to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Washington about to boot it deep to start things in the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He gets a block. Smashes through the tackle. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Or did he find a hole in that secondary? He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They take the lead with the 6.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Fires to the tight end. Bulldozes his way through. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
As a defense, it's so hard covering this guy. Because of his frame, you're not really going to match up. But this guy's also got some wheels. The hard part is bringing him down after the catch. This guy's like a giant giraffe.
All kinds of running room. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
What a weapon this guy is, right? The tight end position, not only can he get open, he can run away from people after the catch. He's a big dude, so he's hard to bring down anyway, but the speed is what makes him different.
Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing, especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. It is perfect. And it's a deadlock here in the 3rd quarter after the field goal. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication is going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. They bring the punter onto the field now. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Makes a move. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Man, just a great job on the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Looking downfield, it's Stewart. He's going to throw deep right side. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
They've got this defense reeling after that last play. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 15. They go to the draw. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And they tried to sneak the draw in there, and the defense was not fooled.
You know, there's an art to selling the draw play, and that one was kind of more paint by numbers. Didn't turn out so well.
Yeah, and the defense, you could tell, they weren't fooled. They were agreeing with your painting by numbers and got in there quick, fast, and made the play.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking?
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Husky.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
The Buckeyes racing to the line in a hurry-up. On 3rd down, going up top. Makes the grab. It's Hardy. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Running back searching for a hole. Defense coming through and knocking him down for a loss, and that'll be the end of the 3rd period. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Ball in the air, intercepted!
That's the advantage right there of having your dime personnel on the field. You've got an extra DB. You've got an extra guy out there who's really good at covering. So for quarterbacks, you've got to be so good and precise with these passes because they've got speed in the back end. They're able to come away with the pick.
The give to the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Quick touch pass to the receiver. He showed off the stiff arm, but apparently he needed a couple more. A lot of defenders around to stop him. 3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to pop the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I think these draw plays are a little bit more predictable when it's 3rd and more manageable as opposed to 3rd and long. You could tell defense did a great job understanding the situation, rushing the quarterback, but knowing that run could be an option, and they shut it down.
Pressure coming. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
Well, that play never had a chance. On 4th down, they're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on 4th.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Using the quick game. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ohio State. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you add my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the 4th quarter. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. Defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down. And I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping.
This defense really has their hands full, guys. They got to play with great eye discipline because they don't know who's going to be keeping the football in the run game. And that time, you saw the QB. He was able to kind of skirt his way to get some positive yards.
Sticks it in his belly. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. They'll try to pick up a few here on 3rd down, but from here it would be a 60-yard attempt. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down, they've got it at the 40.
tell you guys, this fullback, he's not just a blocker. He can catch the football, and he can also run it, especially on third down. What a weapon.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
This offense all game long has been running really well, and I'm really impressed by how well they've recruited at the running back position. They've got some dynamic players coming into the game at different points, spelling each other, keeping each other fresh, and they're hurting this defense.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
And that play had no chance. And you sell pass, and you want to sneak the draw in there. The idea is to get those defensive linemen, Palmer, running up the field, but it's almost like they knew what was coming, and they shut that down quick.
Yeah, and so you're running the play. It's not going to be a great look defensively. As a quarterback, then, you've got to do a real good job of trying to sell pass, and I think he just hurried it a little bit too much. That play didn't look like it was going to have a chance anyways, but the quarterback, he's got to be a better actor on those draw plays.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this third and long. Finds a tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Central Michigan needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Mount Pleasant behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by just 4 to Kent State.
They'll start this drive with a pass.
Will
fires the pass, intercepted. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Huskies. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return.
Really nice drive by this offense. This is a top 10 defense. This is a challenge. They're going to make everything difficult. So when you can make some plays against this defense, you got to absolutely take advantage, create some momentum for your squad. Nice drive by this offense.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They're starting to feel a little desperation here, David. They just can't press yet.
It's go time. We got to put some drives together, down multiple possessions, Jesse. We don't have any time to waste.
Yeah, so at this point of the game, your best players have to touch the football. You've got to dial up plays, getting your biggest playmakers involved now if you're going to win this game.
Pocket starts to collapse. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. 2nd and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hardy. That play won't make the highlight reel except in the coaches' meetings as he works his way to the 39. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Feeling some heat. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be 4th down. Huge play here late, and this crowd is coming to help the defense. Try to get it on the ground. He will not get it. A 4th down stop for this defense as they try to salt this one away. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.